Hello, welcome to Dan's Model Works, and today we're going to take a look at the Revell 2010 Ford Mustang GT Convertible. It's a Snap Tite kit. It's 1/25th scale, and as I mentioned in one of my previous videos on a Snap Tite model, I am really impressed with these Snap Tite kits. The detail in them is way beyond what we used to get in older glued together kits. So even if you're a more experienced modeler, you can really do some outstanding things with this. So we'll take a look at the box. This, by the way, one of my 11-year-old daughters decided she wanted to put together a model, and she said, I want something sporty, so she got this for Christmas. So let's look at the box. The side of the box, pretty much standard for Revell. It'll give you the features, parts count, 43. It's molded in gold metallic, and the decals are peel and stick. And then it's got, once again, a potted history of the real car. Flipping it around, we have some pictures of the model built up. And let's get it open and see what we have inside. We have the body molding, and it looks like there's another bag inside there that contains the axles, although it looks like the red sprue is free to rattle around, but I don't think that's going to cause any damage. We have the hood and a couple of body moldings. It looks like the mirrors in another bag. Here we have the clear parts. Windshield looks quite nice and thin. This bag contains, looks like, some of the brake detail, the cover for the convertible top, and the floor pan or the underside. We have some vinyl tires. They're soft. I don't see any logos, but I believe that's standard for Revell now. We've got another bag with the interior detail, the pan, and the sidewall details. We have a bag containing a few chrome parts, basically just the wheels and some accents. Given that this is a modern car, there's not a whole lot of chrome on it. We have a small sheet with peel and stick stickers, and it looks like the gauges are there. That's always nice to see. And then we have the instructions. Pretty normal for a Revell kit. This is the way most of their instructions have been lately. Potted history, a photo, and they've got a 3-view drawing there. And read this before you begin. And that just gives you some tips to understanding how the instructions work. Parts guide. And I believe up here are some colors they suggest, should you decide you want to paint it. Assembly starts with the interior. Sidewalls are separate. I think that's just fantastic. When you consider that for the longest time we were making do with tubs that had almost no detail on the sides, here's a snap together kit aimed at beginners, and it's got way more detail on it. You move on to the instrument panel, fitting out onto the tub. Then basically the body and the underframe sandwiches the tub. With a low parts count, there's not going to be a whole lot to put together here. Then we have putting the wheels on, and finally some of the details for the body. The interesting thing here is it has a separate hood, but yet there's no engine inside. And then the back here, we have a guide to where you're going to put the stickers on. All right, let's look at the parts. This sprue only has the wheels on it, and they are quite nice. This is the second clear sprue, and this just basically has the fuel filler and the rear tail lights and the headlights. The clear sprue has the windshield, and that is really nice. It also has, looks like the sun visor's molded in, so you probably would want to put a little bit of paint on there. This, I believe, looking from in the instructions, is a piece for you to put the sticker for the gauges on, and this is your headlight lenses. Moving on to the black parts trees. This is the tub, the underside, or the interior. The back seats are molded in. There's a lot of nice detail in there. Console is nice. Here we have the instrument panel, and you can see there's these holes in it. So the piece of plastic with the sticker goes up from in behind. There are separate pedals. That's really nice. The steering wheel is nicely molded as well. This is so far beyond what we used to get in the 70s and 80s. This has the convertible top. These are the disc brakes. This looks like the gear shifter. Here we have the seats, the main bodies, and the backs. They do have holes in the backs that engage with these pins. You probably won't be able to see it when it's all put together, but if it does bother you, you can glue it together and then just putty and sand. This is one of the things I love most about modern kits, and the fact that it's like this in a snap together kit is the side walls of the interior, the doors. You can even see the grill work on the speakers. If you were just to use maybe 3 different dark grays and blacks on that, that would just be fantastic. It would look like you could just shrink down and get inside that thing. Now for the chassis. Once again, it's all in one piece. I know if you like a challenge, that's a little bit of a disappointment. But for the target market of this kit, which is beginners, they can put this together and not do a thing to this, and it'll be fine. If they want to use a couple of grays and some silvers, it will look great as well. Move on to the hood. I'm not quite sure why they did a separate hood, because there's no engine. And these are just, looks like one of the, this is probably the spoiler, and then we've got the mirrors. Finally, the body, molded in color. I don't see any flash or anything like that. Like I said, the hood is separate. If you were an experienced modeler and you really wanted to put an engine in this thing, you could probably trim this out and build an engine bay, put an engine in there. But, I mean, this model is as difficult as you make it. We have the tires. Like I said earlier, there's no logos on there, but that's fine. Finally, we have transparent red for the taillights and a set of metal axles and some screws to hold the whole thing together. Overall, I think this is a fantastic kit. Certainly great value. Here in London, Canada, we picked this up for less than $20. Like I said, it was a gift for my daughter, and she's already looking forward to building it. She says she wants to definitely do some painting on it, make it look a little bit more realistic. Okay, here's a look at the completed model. And this was put together by my 11-year-old daughter. This was the first model she's ever put together. She used a spray can paint. It was a metallic Ford red to paint it. And she put in some dark gray highlights on the seats to make those look a little bit more realistic. And she also went on the internet to get some pictures of the underside of the real car. So there's what the underside looks like with various different silvers and greens and semi-gloss blacks. All told, this model builds up very nice. Lots of depth with those tail lights. And as well as that, you can see the gauge detail. So, once again, we can recommend this kit as being quite nice. Builds up really nicely. And suitable for beginners. And experienced modelers can really go to town on this kit. I don't have any reservations about this. I think it's a great kit. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching Dan's Model Works.